How's it going?
Not too bad.
Good, good. Just to remind you before we get started, I know you hear it every time, but I'm a mandated reporter. What that means is that if you report that you're wanting to hurt yourself or someone else to me, I am required to report that to the proper authority. I'll ask some questions before I do and make sure that you're safe and that we've clarified, you know, the whole situation. But your safety is in my best interest, so I will have to report that if it comes up.
Okay.
Along those same lines, I do have to report if you tell me anything about child abuse or neglect. Also, just so you know, I am recording today with my lovely assistant here, and so my colleagues will be able to see this. Aside from that, this is all confidential, so if you feel like we're talking about something that you don't want my colleagues to know, just let me know and we can shut off the recording and come back to it, okay? Awesome. So it has been a couple weeks since I've seen you. We had fall break. Last time you were here, we were talking about your exercising and eating healthy. And if you want to talk about that today, we can, but let's kind of see what's happened in the week since you've been here.
Okay. The Monday, well, we had midterms a couple weeks ago, and that was just a really rough day in general. Because I had to drive about 2.5 hours home, and I was just tired from studying and working on papers and everything. So then I got home and I went straight to bed, and then I didn't talk to my mom or anything really a lot. So it's just my mind, I think, was just really tired. And then I think that week was okay. I haven't stuck to working out or eating better. I just feel really more stressed out, I guess, as the month and semester continues on. So I'm probably not participating in the best coping mechanisms regarding my health, meaning I just go home and sit on the couch, or I go out to eat a lot. So I don't feel like I'm necessarily in a better state, and then this weekend was kind of challenging and just with everything going on, so yeah.
Oh my goodness, so it sounds like it's been an action-packed couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Midterms, you said, were really stressful. I heard you say that you didn't really talk to your mom when you got home. That sounds like maybe it's a typical mile marker in your day when you get home from school.
Normally when I get home on Monday nights, I talk to my mom about my day, and when Sunday night and everything, so normally we have a 20-minute conversation when I get home.
Yep, go.
So, okay, when you were talking about coping mechanisms, you kind of listed off the eating healthy and the exercising, but I kind of feel like maybe talking to your mom fits in with that. Is that correct?
She's just probably my biggest supporter, so talking to her and getting to see her is a big, good thing of my week. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a big part of your week, it sounds like, and maybe a way to help you de-stress at the end of, because Mondays for you, you drive in on Sunday evenings to Wichita, you're here all day, and then in the evenings you drive home partially in the dark, right? So there's a lot of stress rolled up into one thing, so to be able to debrief with your mom, that's really important. So it sounds like you started at the beginning of, the last 2 weeks with missing out on a coping mechanism, and it's just kind of snowballed since then.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
Well, this past weekend was pretty good, and because we had fall break, so not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and so we got to spend a lot of time together and celebrate our birthday. So then that week was good when we had fall break, and I just kind of de-stressed a little bit from everything, so that was just a good thing. But again, I didn't work out or try to eat better, so I think that played a part in how my week went. Not that it was bad, but it could have been better, I think.
Do you place exercising and eating healthy a high priority in your life?
I like to think I do, but I know it's important for me because that's when I feel better, but then when I don't, I kind of feel like a failure or that I'm not good enough, because in high school it was super important to me to do those things, and so then in college, especially now, it's kind of if I don't do it, then I feel like I lose a part of who I am.
I could kind of hear that in the way you've been talking about it, because it's I hear you saying I really want to do this, and life is so busy right now that it's hard for you to be able to fit that in.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you struggle to cope without that?
Not necessarily like to cope, but I think it's just more of it makes me feel better personally. Like I can still get through the day, I can get through the week. I just don't think I function as well.
Right. So it's less about being able to handle life stresses and more just a way to get rid of them, maybe. So less of a coping mechanism, more of an action step towards